I've been using AI tools to create things that I never could have before. If you look at the shorts section of my YouTube channel, you'll see all these little superhero comedy sketches, shorts that I made with all AI tools, and never could have done that before without AI tools unless I had budgets of millions of dollars. So I love AI tools. I'm using them to create, but I'm also worried about what they're going to lead to in a bigger sense. I think they could actually lead to creative mediocrity, meaning because people using them just as a replacement instead of a tool to enhance their own creativity, and that will lead, it's already leading, you can see it already online, to a lot of mediocre content. In this video, I'm going to unpack my relationship with AI, the complexity of it, and what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and just how important human creativity is in the whole equation. Let's get into it. AI obviously has so much potential to help creative people, non-creative people too, but I'm a creative person. In this video, I'm going to mostly focus on using AI tools to enhance creativity and creative output. And like I was saying, I've been making videos that I couldn't have made before without a huge budget, and the cost is very low. I'm paying subscription fees for these AI tools, which cost whatever, $20 a month, something like that. So incredibly cheap compared to what I would have to pay to either animate videos like I'm making or shoot them for real with live actors and all that. That would cost millions, right? I'm using them daily, these tools, both when I'm making videos like the ones I'm talking about in my shorts section. I'm also doing that for some clients. I'm making some AI-generated shorts, so I'm using that. I also use it to organize my writing and also brainstorm for me. So, for example, this video, this is like day 35 or so. I've been making these videos every day. And the first 30 days, I just sat down with a basic starting idea and just talked off the top of my head, just whatever I had to say. So there was no plan, no outline, what have you. Then after 30 days, I fed all the transcripts from those 30 videos into an AI tool called Claude. And I asked it to organize all my thoughts into a framework for my content. So it went through all my transcripts and just organized it into a framework, an outline, right, of the main topics and themes that I kept talking about. And then I said, okay, now give me topics for the next 30 days of videos. And it gave me topics. And it's drawing from me doing 30 videos every day of between 12 to 20 something minutes. So there was a lot of content of mine that it was drawing from. And then it gave me topics, and I said, okay, now outline the video. So for this video, I'm working from an outline composed by Claude, an AI tool, but based on my transcripts, right? So all the topics and the examples and the stories that are on the outline, they came from my transcripts. They came from me. This is a way that I'm using AI to help me, but it's not replacing me, because I didn't start this way at the beginning. I didn't just start and say, okay, make me an outline for videos and topics for videos from the AI, in which case I would just search the internet, put together some generic topics and outlines, and that wouldn't be me. That's a way that I'm using AI to help my workflow and make this easier and quicker, because if I had to sit down every day and write out an outline for a video, I would probably stop doing it. It's probably not sustainable because I got shit to do, right? And so do you. And so this is an example of integrating an AI tool, but it's helping me. It's not just doing it instead of me. It's not replacing me. My approach with AI is that, right? Is how can I use it to and combine it with the skills that I already have, and to enhance them, and to just to enhance my output. I can produce things much quicker with the help of AI than if I was doing it all by hand. Or, for example, in this case of, here's all my thoughts and composing, like I could have done that. I could have gone through 30 transcripts or 30 videos and written out a framework, and it would have been similar. It would have been very similar to the one that Claude gave me. But that would take me a long time, whereas for Claude it took a minute or something. So it it's using it to replace certain parts of the process that would take me a long time. But I started with my content. And the same thing when I'm making videos like in the shorts, which are just fun comedy sketches, like the idea starts with me, but I also can ask the AI to come up with some idea. I'll say, like, if you look at them, they're all about superheroes dealing with more everyday issues or even their own issues. I think the first one I made was Batman stops at a convenience store to take a piss. He has to pee, but then there's no like zipper in his suit, right? Because if you ever watch Batman, if you look at the suit, right, there's like a second like piece on top of his crotch, and there's no zipper. So it's like, how the hell is this guy gonna pee? Like, he has to take off this complicated suit. What if he's got to go like when he's out and running around town or whatever? So I thought that was a funny idea. And so but then I used the AI to help me to generate obviously the video, the audio, and so forth. And I'm combining my own filmmaking and storytelling skills. I was a screenwriter and a director for many years in Los Angeles in the Hollywood system, or I was pursuing that. Ended up making an independent movie as the one that, actually got made and produced. But the point is that I developed filmmaking and storytelling skills that I'm using and that I'm enhancing with AI tools, and I'm enhancing, be able to create videos that I couldn't before, but it's still using my filmmaking and storytelling skills. I'm not just pressing the AI and say, you make up everything, right? In which case you're going to get mediocre output, right? In my opinion, AI can augment creativity and creative output, but doesn't replace craft. And this is like really a message that I'm trying to get out to people, because it's going to be so tempting. It's going to be so tempting to let AI do everything, right? Because already you can see that with people just using ChatGPT to write what they need to write, and they don't even edit it at all. They just tell it to write and put that out. And I can tell that, and I'm seeing in like job postings or websites or messages or social media posts, I can see that it was written by ChatGPT because I've used ChatGPT enough to know what it sounds like if you don't edit it, or you don't really develop your prompts enough to like make it sound different. If you just say this, the way it sounds is obvious. And so I'm seeing that already all over the place. And it's as the AI tools get more advanced and better and easier to use, that's only going to increase. So we're only going to see people are going to let AI do the heavy lifting. And what comes out of that is, by definition, derivative work, right? Work that is derived or created based on other people's work, just pulling things together, and not in a particular creative way, in a very obvious way. What is the most commonly used things, that's what the AI does, right? These large language models like ChatGPT. And work just becomes bland, it's mediocre, it's obvious, it's derivative, it's not interesting, it's not compelling. It's fine, like it sounds, it doesn't seem like a child made it, right? Like it seems pretty good when you just do it, but it's not that good, basically. And especially when we're talking about really creative work like storytelling, filmmaking, art of any kind, right? It can make pretty pictures, but it's not necessarily creating unique art. And especially when it comes to storytelling, it just lacks the human touch, the human resonance. So it's not creating meaningful stories or films. And I'm really committed to myself using AI to enhance as opposed to outsource. And I'm encouraging other people to do the same. And again, if it can actually be the equivalent of you doing it, then it is good to outsource. Like the example I gave of composing all my transcripts into a framework. I could have done that also, and the output would have been so similar that it just made sense to outsource that. Let the AI do it, right? So if it's going to be a similar thing, let the AI do it. Don't do extra work. That's not, use the tools to their maximum capabilities, of course. I definitely encourage that. But just realize that they're not going to be as good as your creative expression when you're fully realized, like your creative capabilities when it's fully realized. And a lot of people's creative, excuse me, creative capabilities are not fully realized. They haven't developed the storytelling skills that I have, right? Or the comedic writing and filmmaking skills that I have over almost 20 years now. They haven't developed their own creativity, whatever your creativity is. It might not be storytelling or filmmaking, it might be something else entirely. But if you haven't developed it fully, well, then maybe you aren't going to be better than AI. But if you develop it fully, then you will be. And this is where I'm really passionate about and really trying to help people, figure out how I can help people. That's part of doing these daily videos, is I'm trying to figure out actually how I can help people. What is the messages that how can I put it out there, and how can I say it in a way that is going to inspire people and help people and guide people to developing their own unique creativity? Because this is absolutely necessary for people to survive, really, in the coming age of AI, because everyone's job that is not very creative is going to be replaced by AI. And so you need to just have a job or have an income. You're going to have your own unique creativity. But beyond that, and that's big, obviously, but beyond that, I want to live in society or a culture that has interesting works of art. Of course, I became a filmmaker because I love movies. So I always love movies, novels, books, and art, and anything, and content online now is going to, like I was saying in the beginning, there's just going to be a sea of mediocre content and art because of AI tools that people just use to make it without putting their own creativity into it. But I'm not interested in consuming that content. It makes me dumber and sad, basically. I want unique, interesting content. I want to watch unique movies that I haven't seen before, couldn't think of myself, and consume whatever videos, writing, books, etc., that pieces of art that I couldn't think of myself, that are from someone's unique creative mind. Whereas the stuff from AI, it's like the obvious stuff. It's stuff we've all seen before. And so it's not very meaningful, and it doesn't have the emotion, the imagination, the insight, the originality of human created works. So that's really one of the big things that's motivating me, is I just want to have great art and culture and content to consume myself and to enjoy myself. That's been one of the greatest sources of joy and happiness in my life, is movies and great TV shows and great novels. I'm particular to story-based art or content. Obviously, some people more into visual arts and all that, and that's amazing too. But again, I want to be in this world where we have great art and culture. And so I just really want to inspire you to start nurturing your own creativity and create your unique, they call it a personal brand, would be a more business way to call it, but it could also just be your unique voice, your artistic style, whatever you want to call it. But it's like you have to become unique and your own thing, right? Your own voice, style, category of one, right? Is another business term they use, category of one. But that's really what you got to become, because otherwise you're going to be replaced by AI, and your content or your art is just going to be drowned out in this sea of mediocre content that is coming from AI. Yeah, start nurturing your own creativity, start creating, learn how to use the AI tools, right? And to help you organize, to help brainstorm, to help make, videos and stuff that you couldn't make otherwise without a big budget. Learn how to use AI tools, but don't shortcut. Don't let it do all the work for you. You got to develop your own creativity, your own artistic and creative skill set that combines with AI to create great works of art or content, writing, whatever. So that's it for this video. I'm going to be talking about, these topics a lot and go into more detail, and just, like I said, just trying to figure out how to help people to tap into their unique creativity and really start creating things that set them apart from everyone else and make them irreplaceable by AI, and then also just contribute to the culture and produce great works of art or content or writing that I can consume and experience amazing insights or feelings or just entertainment, laughs from, and because that's what I want in my life. So thanks for watching, and tune back in for the next video.